So Kevin, what sort of research does the Royal Orthopaedic Hospital do?
So, being a specialist orthopaedic hospital, we do lots of research into medical device, in particular implants and prosthetics. We also do research testing new medicines, testing new drugs for different musculoskeletal conditions and diseases, such as bone tumours, soft tissue sarcomas. We also do research using human tissue, so we do very basic science laboratory type research, and often we'll use local universities in those type of studies. Finally, we would do questionnaire studies and interviews, so we'd interview patients and we'd have questionnaires really looking at functional outcomes and quality of life around the patient journey.
Why is research so important?
Research is very important because it's the lifeblood of healthcare improvement, healthcare development. It's only through research that we can test actually what works, what doesn't, what is safe, what isn't safe to give to our patients. It does mean that for patients that we're able to offer them revolutionary and world-class treatments that are not generally available throughout the world or throughout the wider NHS. There's also economic benefits to doing research because we have to test these new drugs, these new devices, and that means that we attract income from the pharmaceutical and medical device industries. What we're able to do then is use that money to pump back into the local economy and create jobs for people.
And what are the benefits to patients?
Well, benefits to patients means that patients could get the first chance at receiving a new drug or a new device. So before they're rolled out across the wider NHS, it means that patients can benefit from receiving these first. Sometimes all treatment options may have been exhausted, and what this means is that there's no treatment available on the NHS, particularly in advanced cancers, for example. So it's only through research that patients do get access to some types of treatment, which obviously gives patients hope.
How risky is it taking part in a research project?
With anything, research does have an element of risk in the fact that we are experimenting. We're doing stuff that nobody else has ever done before. That risk is always minimised or reduced because most research projects will undergo an independent and external review, and that'll ensure that the study is safe and the research project and the patients are protected as much as possible.
How can patients get more information about the research?
Well, the first thing that I'd say is that they need to talk to the clinical team that's looking after that particular patient. They can also come to us in the research and development department here at the hospital. There's other external sources of information, such as the internet. We've got something called the UK Clinical Trials Gateway the patients can log on to, and it'll tell them about research that's in their particular area. And then there's also a website called Involve, and that's www.invo.org.uk, and that tells patients how they can get involved in research.